वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवो सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार वरनौ रघुवर विमल जशो जोदायक फल चार। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार सिया राम। बल बुद्धि विद्या देह मोहि हरौ कलेश विकार सियावर रामचंद्र भज जय शरणम। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीश तिनु लोक उजागर। रामदूत तुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन वरण विराज सुबेशा कांडल कुंडल कुंचित केशा। हाथ वाच ध्वजा पिराजे कांडे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धर सिया दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस्त्र बदन तुम यस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। यम कुबेर दिखपाल जहाँ के कभी कोविद कही सके कहाँ ते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही किन्ना राम मिलाए राजपद दीना। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र जो जन फल भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मिली मुख माही जल दिलाती गय अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे हो तन आज्ञा बिनु पैसार। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को धरना। आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमंत बीरा। संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम भजन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग पर थाप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चितन धरहि, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गुसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाहि। जो सत भार पाठ कर कोई, छोटे पंथि महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजे नाथ हृदय महदेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरणा, मंगल मूर्ति रूप सिया राम। राम लखन सीता सहिता, हृदय बसो सुरभूप सियावर। रामचंद्र की जय शरणम, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो पाए सब संतन की जय। मंगल मूर्ति मारुत नंदन, सकल मंगल मूर निकंदन। मंगल मूर्ति मारुत नंदन, सकल मंगल मूर निकंदन। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। सीताराम 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 सीताराम, सीताराम 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 सीताराम। सीताराम 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 सीताराम, सीताराम 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 सीताराम। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। सीताराम सीताराम जय जय हनुमान, सीताराम सीताराम जय जय हनुमान। सीताराम सीताराम जय जय हनुमान, सीताराम सीताराम जय जय हनुमान। मंगल मूर्ति मारुत नंदन, सकल मंगल मूर निकंदन। मंगल मूर्ति मारुत नंदन, सकल मंगल मूर निकंदन। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। सीताराम सीताराम जय जय हनुमान, सीताराम सीताराम जय जय हनुमान। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sitaram Sitaram Jai Jai Hanuman, 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai.
Welcome to Satsang. We had such a beautiful monsoon shower just a little while ago, raining upon us from the Ganga of the sky, what we call Akash Ganga. So we have Ganga flowing before us, and we have Ganga falling on us from the sky. Such an amazing, amazing blessing. When I see the news on TV or social media, it makes me afraid. What do I do? For so many of us, every time we turn on the news, every time we turn on our social media feed, it is all that. It's fear, 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 disaster, disaster, disaster. And by the way, this isn't just since COVID. Today, the fear, fear, fear is COVID, or the economy collapsing. But this was a technique. This was a strategy long before COVID. And that's really what it is. It's a strategy. Fear sells. Sensationalism sells. What determines that which comes on your social media feed? An algorithm. A mathematical equation that Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever social media feed you're on uses. Or Google News. Whatever we're watching. With so much happening in the world, when I go to Google News, why do I get the 15 or 20 articles that show up? An algorithm. When I open Facebook, why do I get what shows up? An algorithm. An equation. But it's not an equation where the end result is supposed to be truth. So it's not A plus B plus C divided by D equals highest truth. Or A plus C plus D plus divided by F equals inspiration. It's A plus B plus C divided by D equals the likelihood that you will click on it. That's how the equations work. How do they give the news in such a way that you will click on it? How many times have you clicked on a story that had some title that looked so fascinating? Like you couldn't help yourself but click on it. And then you actually get to the article and you realize, this isn't so interesting. This isn't what I thought it was going to be. Well, they clearly had just given a title that they know, due to the PR companies they've hired, works well with the algorithm to get you to click. That is their goal. You should click more. You should stay online more. Why is that their goal? Because the longer you are online, the more advertisements you see. The more advertisements you see, the more money they can get from people who advertise. Or, if it's not necessarily a monetized financial motivation, then the motivation is just you should spend as much eye time on their site as possible. That's what the algorithms are for. So the question is, how did we all agree to become slaves to an algorithm? Somebody writes an equation that says this much fear, this many verbs, this many adjectives in this many words equals high clickability. Fine. But we, with our common sense, with our free will, with our truth of who we are, that oneness with the divine, that creator of our own lives, when and how did we all agree to collectively surrender our free will on the altar of an algorithm? When did we agree? Whatever the algorithm says, we'll do it. But every time you click on that fear-based article, that's what you're doing. You are literally strengthening, empowering that mathematical equation. So in the same way that those of us who are very particular about what we eat don't get forced to eat things we don't want to eat, and those of us who are very particular about not drinking alcohol, for example, there's nothing that you could say in an advertisement to convince me to, try the alcohol or to try the hamburger. I know I don't eat meat. I don't drink alcohol. And my free will, my personal resolve is stronger than anything someone might say to convince me to eat it, or any advertisement that a hamburger company might put out or an alcohol company might put out. And this is true for all of us. That which matters to us, we use our free will for. Why is it then that with our time and our energy and our mental health and peace, we so willingly become slaves? Don't. Take back your time. Take back your focus. Take back your free will. And refuse to click. Just don't click. There are ways to get the news that you need without scrolling through whatever Google News decides to give you. There are ways to see how your friends are doing on social media that doesn't require you to scroll through a news feed of whatever social media decides to give you. Just like you can drive right past the McDonald's and pull in at the health food store and buy what you want to eat. Not just because McDonald's came first, so you went there. Use that same power. Use that same free will. Because your mental health, your peace, is much too valuable to be a slave to someone's algorithm.
How do I deal with loss in my life, such as people, things, or careers?
Loss is a part of life. That which is born will die. A wave that goes up will come down. These are laws of science, laws of physics, right? Whatever goes up must come down. Laws of gravity. Whatever is born will die. Loss is an inherent part of life. It's so difficult to deal with because we don't accept that it is an inherent part of life. And so every time we lose, not only are we sad to have lost, but there's also this sense of, I've been cheated. I somehow have been treated badly by the winds of fate. That somehow that which I've lost, or that whom I've lost, I shouldn't have lost. They should have somehow been mine for longer, as though these laws shouldn't apply to me. Or they should be somehow under my thumb. When I want it, when I say it's okay, then you can take my loved one away. When I say it's okay, then you can take away my money. When I say it's okay, then you can take away my health. As though somehow we were entitled to write our own laws of nature. The first way to deal with loss is simply to recognize it's an inherent part of life. Whatever we have, someday we won't have it. Whether it's our physical health, our beauty, our non-gray hair, our non-wrinkled faces, whether it's our jobs, our careers, whether it's our money, someday we won't have them. Either we will lose them before we die, or in the act of dying, we will lose them. There's only two ways for this to end. Either you lose it before you die, or as you die, you lose it. There's no other option. And so, when we really deeply accept that, first of all, it makes it less of this shock. It doesn't make it less painful. It doesn't make it less sad. But it makes it much more something that we've always known was going to happen. So there isn't that shock value, like the earth has literally been pulled out from underneath our feet because I never thought it could happen. We have to understand, not only can it happen, it will happen. The other piece, though, especially when we're dealing with loss of people, is to realize much of them is still with us. So we've lost the physical body of the loved one. We've lost that beautiful sound of their voice. We've lost that beautiful feel of their hands in ours, or their body when we hug them, or our head in their laps or on their shoulder. We've lost the beautiful sight of looking at them. But their spirit, their essence, their soul, their love is still here. And that's really important to realize. It's not they are gone, they are over, I've lost it all. Much of them is still here. And so while we mourn the loss of the physical body, of being able to hear their voice, to see their face, to hold their hands, to hug them, we also recognize that part which is still here. And we allow ourselves to stay connected to that. And with all of the rest, the money, the careers, recognize, not only are you always going to lose it, but it never really was yours, whatever it was. You were just temporarily a trustee of something. We come into this world with none of it. We go out of this world with none of it. Which makes it really obvious it isn't ours. But during various phases of life, various things come into our orbit. They stay with us. They're held magnetically. They circle us for a while. And then they leave. And really what it means is enjoy it while it's there. Utilize it to the very best of your ability so that when it's gone, aside from being sad that it's gone, you don't repent that you didn't properly utilize it when you had it. Have a lot of money? Put it to good use before the universe takes it away from you. Share with people. Heal people. Be an asset on this planet. Have a skill, have an ability, have a career. Use it. Use it to be an asset on the planet. So that you don't look back someday thinking, I really should have. I really should have been of more service when I could. And just appreciate. Appreciate it all with gratitude. Knowing that someday it'll all be gone. But for right now, it's here.
We seem to have diverted from our natural way of being. The food we eat is full of pollutants. We live isolated from the natural world, and life seems to become more and more complicated. How do we embrace simplicity and return to our roots in this modern world?
Simplicity is beautiful. Deeply, deeply beautiful. And if most of us, all of us even, if you think about the most beautiful moments of your life, the moments that are filled with the most joy, the most meaning, those highlight moments of your life, chances are they weren't the moments as you were exiting the department store with bags and bags on both your arms. Chances are they weren't the moment when you finally hit order now online on Amazon, and that order went through and you knew everything was coming to you. Chances are it wasn't even the times that you got a new car, bought a new house. There are going to be moments of simplicity, moments of love, moments of connection, whether connection with another human being, connection with the divine universe, that moment of sitting on the cliff watching the sunset over the ocean, having the awareness, the experiential awareness of your oneness. Maybe it's that moment that you were able to really bring a smile to someone else's face, that you were able to really make a difference in someone else's life, to bring darkness, to bring light to darkness, to bring healing to illness or ailment, to bring joy to sadness. These are the moments. And when we're deeply aware of that, doesn't mean that we don't buy things, but it means that we recognize that in those things, our happiness does not lie. It reminds us that in those things, we're not going to find that peace, that meaning, that joy that we're looking for. But that we're going to find it in those simple moments of connection, of love, of service. And so we start to cultivate those more and more and more. Yes, the world is getting more and more complex. But we don't have to become more and more complex. We create the world we live in. And so if the world is getting more and more complex, it means that we somewhere have agreed to be complicit in some way in this complexity. And it's so important for us, all of us together, to really ask ourselves, what world do we want to live in? Because we're co-creating it. And when we recognize that the world we want to live in is a world of oneness, of togetherness, a world in which people are not going hungry, a world in which people are not raping and murdering each other, a world in which there's equality, a world in which Mother Earth thrives rather than barely survives. We have to ask ourselves, what are we doing to create that world? Because the world is our own creation. We're putting it out there through our words, through our values, through our ethics, through our actions, through our choices, through what type of companies are we creating? Who are we voting for? What are we spending our money on? What type of narratives are we engaging in? What are we posting on social media? What are we liking and sharing on social media? What links are we clicking on? Giving them more and more power? Those are the questions we need to ask ourselves, because we are creating that world. And if what we want is to create a world that is simple, that is exquisite in its simplicity, then we simply need to live simply and share that and spread that and be models of that. And it doesn't mean taking simplicity and ramming it down people's throats. Doesn't mean berating people for not being simple. But it means simply being a model of it. Being a magnet. People are like insects. We are drawn to the light. And where you find light, it will draw people to you. So in that simplicity, in the light that you find, the joy you find, the peace you find, in that simplicity, you'll draw people to you. And then you'll share with them. We'll take one last one of those that had come in advance for this evening, and then more on Saturday. How should we deal with stress post-COVID? How can we plan our lives ahead in the haze of the present? In order to deal with post-COVID stress, we have to deal with in the middle of COVID stress. Because the same way that we deal with stress today is the same way we're going to deal with stress tomorrow. Which is the same way that we dealt with stress prior to COVID. So it's not about COVID. It's about our ability to deal with stress. And at the moment, that which is creating stress is, as the question said, this haze, this uncertainty. What's going to happen? What's going to happen to us? What's going to happen to our health? What's going to happen to our economies? What's going to happen to our future, our careers? And the truth is, we don't know. We don't know what trajectory this virus is going to take. We don't know exactly how it's going to impact all of the economies of the different countries of the world. But that's what stress always is. If we know how something's going to turn out, we're not stressed. So the nature of stress is that anxiety of things could go wrong. Things might not work out the way that I want them to. That's the core foundation of stress. Oh my God, in this moment, the world is not behaving the way that I wanted it to. This was not in my plans. And oh my God, what does that mean for tomorrow? And so it creates stress. But we never have had control on the whole world. We've never had control on the weather. We've never had control on the stock market. We've never had control over the people around us. This is just yet another opportunity to recognize we have no control. And we don't know what will happen. And so the answer today is the same as the answer was 6 months ago, 9 months ago, or thousands of years ago when our scriptures were written, or hundreds of years ago when we have beautiful philosophies given to us by mystics and philosophers and sages. Same teaching. control that which you can control. Which is what? Your mind. Your choices. It's all you can control. If there is a virus outside, and it was not what I planned, and it has made me very upset, and I can't change that virus, am I destined to be upset? Of course not. Because I have the power to change being very upset about the fact that there is a virus that I have no control over. And again, this is going back to the same teachings on stress, on our emotional state. Every one of us who has had a fight with someone in a house about how the dishwasher should be loaded, about what order things should be put into the frying pan when you're, stir-frying veggies. What goes in first? How high should the fire be up? What do expiration dates really mean? When does something get thrown out? All of these sorts of little arguments that people who share a house, a fridge, kitchens, cupboards, a bed fight over. We've always had the exact same choice, which is, when I realize I can't change or control how the other person behaves, how they act, no matter how many times I tell them, glasses on top. Every time I open that dishwasher, there are glasses on the bottom. So what do I do? Well, can I possibly change this thought in my mind that says that glasses on the bottom is somehow a mortal sin? Can I change the thought in my mind that says I'm somehow too big, too important to simply rearrange the dishwasher? Okay, so I don't like how they did it. I'll spend 5 minutes and redo it. Can I change how I think? If I can't change the outer world, the only thing I can do is change how I react to that world. That is the tool in my hands. That is the most powerful stress management technique. Pujya Swamiji always says, it's not about stress management. It's about self-management. When I can manage myself, my thoughts, my reactions, then my stress automatically is managed. When I can change how I think about that which is happening, it changes that which is happening from being something that is a total disaster, creating misery in me, to being something that is happening, which is an opportunity for me. Which may not be exactly what I wanted, exactly how I would have done it if God had asked me first, or how I would have done it if I were appointed Queen of the Universe. But I'm still able. I'm still able to change how I think about it so as not to be stressed. The weather, the stock market, the behaviors of others, the feelings of others in many ways. The vast majority of things in the world are not in our control. But our own peace of mind is. Our own emotional state is. Our own joy, our own love, our own peace, our own light, all of that is. In every moment, in every situation, I have the opportunity to choose peace and to choose love. So use that now. choose peace. No, we don't know what the future holds. But you know what? We never knew what the future held. It's just a little bit more obvious today. But we never knew. Allow yourself to sit with that uncertainty. To not allow your peace to go with it. To know that whatever happens is in God's hands. And, most importantly, to do your dharma. To be the best instrument, the best tool of health, of sustainability, of positivity, of progress for the world. Do whatever you can do. Change your thoughts and then act from them. And then you'll change at least your own world. And that then becomes a big part of changing the whole world. But it starts with just the thought. Change the thought. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your evening. Beautiful day if it's your morning. We'll see you here tomorrow, same time, for our sunset meditation on the banks of Ganga. Join us tomorrow as the sun sets for a meditation from 6:30 to 7. Then we'll see you again on Saturday for Satsang. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening, night, morning, day with so much love to you from your family here on the banks of Mother Ganga.
Saviturvare